Hi guys, it's me again, Charles Dorn from Sports Solutions LLC. We are the creators of AthleticSOS. It is a software for high school athletes that are trying to get athletic scholarships. We take all of their academic information, the sport they play, level they can participate at, and we show them the schools that they academically qualified to attend that offer scholarships in their sport. As always, at the bottom, if you look down there, I give you guys a code and I give you instructions so you can use AthleticSOS at absolutely no cost. Please take advantage of that. Now, this one is for a message for all of my parents of high school athletes. You guys have got to become more aggressive on campus. And boy, I'm almost scared to have said that. When I say aggressive, I don't mean aggressive in terms of going after the coaches and athletic directors. I mean aggressive in the sense of you want to grow the athletic program on your campus, and you guys can do it. 57% of high school students play a sport on campus. We need to turn that number around. That should be 75%. Because what happens when kids play sports or get into athletics, they will graduate from school, because you have to keep your grades up to participate right now. And if you have to keep your grades up and it gets participation and you get around a better set of people. I'm sorry, I know that just team, there's other activities on the campus. I get that. But what I'm trying to say is that the athletes, kids that have to go to practice, that have to keep their grades up, that have to form some kind of team kind of environment and atmosphere, they're going to be, I won't say better people, but they're going to be a different set of kids. And you want your kids in that environment if you can get them into that. So that's number one. Number two, the way you want to do it is, what you want to try to eliminate is them taking money away from the athletic programs. Now, every time there's an economic downturn, and we're going to go into one right now, from probably for the next year or two, there's going to be some problems, but we'll come out of it. And we're going to come out of it because of technology. Trust me, we're going to be okay. So it's going to hurt for a little while. They've got to raise these interest rates. They've got to get inflation down. I know what everybody's going through, but we're going to come out of the other end of this stronger. So what we want to do on our campuses, though, is we want to grow the athletic program. And so one of the ways we want to do that is we want to bring more sports onto the campus. Now, a lot of you guys don't know, but in high school, you only have to take 2 years, or you're there for 4 years. You only have to take 2 years of physical education. And so I don't know why we're not fighting to get more club teams on the campus so that we can have those kids after those 2 years, instead of them going off and doing, making crayons for, or some little small elective that they do just to get through and get a good grade. We want to keep them in the athletic field. So you can start bringing club programs onto program. There are 31 different sports that you can get an athletic scholarship for, but most high schools only have about 8 to 15 at the most sports on campus. Start bringing some club sports onto the campus and allowing the kids to participate in those. Now, some of them, what if you went into sailing or rowing or cycling or something like that? Yeah, they can't really do that from the campus right now, but they can go out on the weekend. So it could be a club sport, it could be an after-school sport, but it should be sanctioned by the school, because that'll put more people into athletics, which means they will put more money into the athletic program. There is no reason for these kids to have to pay for their buses. There's no reason for them to have to pay for, put all this money out for uniforms, doing that. Because what you're doing now is you're taking the kids that have, and you've got something for them to participate in, and the kids that don't have, where the parents have to decide, do we eat? Do we pay our rent? Do we have to move to a lower area? What do we have to do versus participating in athletics? That's not the way we want to go. We want to go with a world where the school, we pay taxes anyway. Put the money in the schools. I get it. School's about education. We all know that. But it's also about experience. It's also about networking. It's also about environment. And so sports is a great environment. I don't care what anyone says. Sports drives the feel of a school, especially a high school. The sport program, if it's stronger, the stronger an athletic program is at a high school, the better that high school is as far as retention of their students, as far as the grades, the kids that go on to either college or to do something else later on, because that environment invites excellence. If you have excellent sports program, you're going to have excellence on that campus. And you guys can argue about that all you want, but take a look at it. Look at the statistics of schools with the best sports programs, athletic programs, and look at how their GPA and their college participation and things like that go. And I guarantee you're going to see it lean towards the schools with the better athletic programs. So what else can you guys do? You guys need to start including some of the people in your neighborhood, some of the elderly people, some of the community stuff. Get your kids that are participating in sports and start having them go out and do things in the community, because those community people will follow them. Once they know who the kids are and that these are cool kids or good kids, they will start supporting those kids. Elderly people have money, okay, and they want to spend it, but they want to spend it on stuff where they see things moving forward in a positive way. They don't want to just give their money away to something because they have to. You'll watch a bunch of old, people, and I'm around them, some old crotchety people that'll be like, I don't want to spend my money on that. These kids are no good and blah, blah, blah. These are all good kids. Get them out, get them into the neighborhoods, get them into the environment, give back to some of the younger kids. So go out and put on some programs for the younger kids in the neighborhood, and get their parents involved too. Now you guys should be on your campus. Start getting into streaming. You guys should be streaming your own games. There should be a AV class on your campus that can start handling the streaming of your games. You guys should be able to make revenue from that. It doesn't have to be bingo all the time. And out here in our neighborhood, we have bingo, and every high school is fighting for bingo because it brings in a lot of money. I get it. But there's other ways to do this thing. You don't have to have car washes every weekend for the football team or the basketball team. You should not have to do that. It is 2022 when I'm making this video right now. There's a bunch of ways to bring in revenue, but you have to get people involved and want to give revenue to your programs. And you do that by giving back to the community. You give, you get. And that's the way the world has always worked. So put something together. Booster clubs. You guys should also be putting on activities for the junior high school kids. You want to drive more kids to your high school than the other local high school. I know if you're in an area where there's only one really main high school, one or two, but where I am, we're not even that big of a community, and we've got 4 high schools that are all competing for the same set of kids. Once they come out of junior high school, they can choose which schools they go to. I know you're supposed to go in your district, but when you have athletes, they will get to the school that they want to go to. So you want to make your athletic program better because you will attract the better athletes. And then when you attract the better athletes, you start to win, and then more kids want to come to your program. So grow your athletic program. Kids want something to do, and they want to be good at something. So start adding more sports. Don't take sports away trying to save money. The one thing my granddad told me really well was, you can't save your way to financial security. You can only grow your money and your resources and things like that. So stop trying to save your way to do things. Go grow, which means volunteers. You guys gotta add in. Again, let's talk about this. We want to grow the number of sports on there. You guys are going to go in there and demand more money for your athletic programs. Go to the school board meetings and explain to them the difference between having a robust athletic program and trying to save money. A lot of people in these school boards think sports is just a extravagance, and we shouldn't be encouraging that. It's all about academics. I get it. But you can fight the other way with actual statistics and information and not just emotion. So go in there ready, prepared. You guys walk in there, get your money back into your school for your athletic program, and you grow it. Then start talking to your on your campus about growing some of the club programs. Some of you guys are very good. You have expertise in a lot of different areas. Start bringing those in. And go to the associations. I was doing some work right before the pandemic happened with the Triathlon Association, U.S. Triathlon Association, because they're trying to grow their membership because they want to become a full-time college sport. So they need more people in the high school area. Contact these people. So you've got USA Sailing, you got rowing, you got all of these organizations that would love to come to the campus and put a program together there to get your student athletes involved, and even your kids that are playing PE, get them involved in that, because what they'll do when they come out, maybe they're not going to play at the collegiate level, but they'll fall in love with the sport and they'll play it forever. And now all those manufacturers will be able to sell a bunch of canoes and rafts and whatever they're doing, whatever the sport is. You guys get what I'm saying. They'll be able to monetize that at a later thing, but they would love to come in and get people into their sport so their sport can grow overall, and it makes their organization grow overall. And so these are the things that I want you guys to do. Be a little bit more, you guys lay off the coaches and the athletic director. They're doing the best they can here. I know not all of them are going to have the best interest as far as you're concerned of pushing, especially the kids that are trying to get athletic scholarships. I get it. That's why we have the software. You can do a lot of this stuff yourself. And the second thing is, even if your school's not putting a lot of effort there, you can do stuff outside of school. There's travel club programs. There's, you can go to combines and showcases. You can get private training. You can do a bunch of stuff. You don't have to go in and go all in on the coaching stuff. But if you guys start bringing some resources to the athletic program yourself, and not just the booster club, but I'm talking about overall growing it, you'll have more influence, and then the athletic director will listen to you guys. And if that coach needs to go, then they need to go. And you guys need to make that known that they're not putting the effort in to match your effort. Then that athletic director is on the hot seat, and they need to do something about that. Anyway, I just wanted to put this out real quick. I just think there's an opportunity right now to, when we're going into this economic situation we're about to come into, and everyone's going to be crying about, you know, how much everything costs. Inflation's going through the roof. Interest rates are going through the roof to try to bring inflation. It's a big mess there, but this is the opportunity to grow. Whenever there's chaos, you want to grow what you're trying to do. And so you guys can do this, and everybody get involved. I know it's going to be even harder. You're going to have to figure out where to put your money, what's the best use of it and all that. And sometimes sports gets pushed to the side. But if you get like I said, a robust athletic program on your campus, you're going to have more kids graduate, and more kids are going to be in position to go to college or go to wherever they're going to do next. And because they were involved and they've networked and they've kept their grades up, it's all because of what's going on that campus. If the campus starts to lose and take away and take away and take away, kids will drop out. They won't take their grades seriously. It just feels like you're just working for no reason. And we don't want that to happen. We want to take care of our kids. We want them to move forward. We want them to feel positive about what's going on. And if they see you guys pouring into their activities and the things they're doing, they'll give back to the community. So it's one hand reaches the other. Let's get them out there. Let's get them out in the community, helping out the younger kids, the older people, putting things on, showing off. And then, as usual, you guys can see some of my other videos where I talk about your star athletes working on their NIL world without taking any money. Don't try to make money off of it, but you're starting to build up your social media so that people know who you are, things like that, and then that'll benefit them when they go on to college to participate. All right, guys, best of luck to you as always. Look down below, get the code, use the software, it's there, and let's keep moving forward. We're going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine, I promise you. Talk to you later. Bye.